Hey guys, my name is Paige Sklar and I'm a fourth year public relations major.
Hello, my name is Christian James, and I am a part of the group for blogging, writing, and content publishing.
Hi, my name is Santiago Chasen, and this is our presentation about blogging. So, what we learned about blogging is that it's not just about posting a random photo on Instagram or making a YouTube video and then calling it a day. It's a little bit more than that. It mostly still revolves around having kind of like a reporter job in that you're covering a story, you're selling something, or you're telling something that a reader might not know. Uh, and it's not just about like making one post and hoping for the best that you'll actually find an audience to read it. For the most part, it involves actually being aware of the circumstances surrounding your post. One of the journal articles that I read for our project talked about how content creators and bloggers in general have to abide by the algorithm for when it comes to publishing a story. Now, what that means is that uh, a story or an article will get buzzed if it actually goes along with what the algorithm in search engines is being detecting is detecting. So something goes viral, the algorithm is going to pick it up, and it's usually up to content creators to see what the trends in uh, viral, see what the trends see what the trends of things are happening. So if it's something relevant to what they are selling or producing, that is like the best time to write an article or publish a story or a video. Something else that also involves blogging is the fact that you do have to actually treat it like you're in a newsroom, and you have to find the best time and day to make an article or publish a video or story. One of the one of the best times that I found for specific articles to be published by bloggers is usually on Monday mornings uh, or mornings in general. Although sometimes Friday nights or Saturday nights could actually also be a good time for a blogger to post a story if they have the right audience for it.
So, for starters, I'd like to mention that we did split up a lot of the responsibilities for the project. So, for me personally, I was in charge of creating and designing the website, solidifying website content, managing the project journal and plan, helping my team create the group contract, performing research, and writing. Tons of writing articles. I believe I wrote 4 articles for the site to make sure we reached that word limit. And yeah, that was more or less what I focused on throughout the semester.
Yes, so by extreme luck, this is what it managed to look like. You see the site structure map is right here, and it has the about, the home, and the contract. And under the home, you have the three articles, or the three topics, excuse me. So in our blog, we had three types of categories that we would each contribute to. We had COVID-19, just featured, article stories on how COVID has impacted us personally, or just how we have heard different ways that COVID's impacted people. We have a category called Gainesville Living, GNV Living, and this is kind of up to our own discretion. So whatever members page used it to um, like kind of showcase the different types of like locations, venues that Gainesville has that are local only in this area. And then lifestyle is just kind of how each of us manage to live our lives, whether it's kind of just how we've been keeping up through quarantine, or just in general how we just kind of live. So for that, I did a kind of a teaching type thing on classical piano because I'm a classical pianist. So I talked about how it affects my life, how it really allows me to just kind of find peace, something that's kind of fun and have give me a creative outlet. And for the COVID-19 category, I wrote an article about just my quarantine period from the beginning of March up until now. Just kind of the different processes, the different kind of, I guess, chapters that honestly each month entails.
So, beginning with what I liked, I think by far my favorite part of the project was writing the articles. I think we put a lot of thought into kind of who we wanted to reach out to, which was like students like us, or just your everyday, like average person hanging at home, COVID times. And we just wanted to kind of speak on what's going on now and, kind of enlighten people on some things that we know about and what we like and what we don't. And we ended up picking the subcategories of COVID, Gainesville, and lifestyle. So, because the topics were pretty broad, it really allowed us a lot of room to be creative. And as a creative writer, I couldn't have loved that more. I got to talk about a lot of different things from my COVID experience to Revival IV Lounge, which is a really cool place to check out the blog, read more about it. But yeah, so that was definitely my favorite part, was the writing. Outside of that, I would say my biggest challenge with the project was creating and designing the website. I've used Word a couple times before, and I have not run into a lot of the challenges that I ran into this time around. After doing some research and kind of some observations, I realized that a lot of the issues that I had because I kept changing themes. So I really wanted to find our group the perfect theme. We had a lot of goals in like both design and function that I was attempting to meet. And as a result, I found myself going back and forth between a lot of different themes. As I'd go back and forth between these themes, I would notice that some of the updates I made, like updating articles, adding in images, even just like clickable links and things like that, what once worked and was, published, once I switched to a different theme, was no longer there. So I spent a lot of time kind of going back and forth between themes trying to find the missing, information. And I think to overcome that, what made me most successful was really just research. I definitely used WordPress's tips and tricks because they're incredibly helpful, but I found myself spending a lot of time on YouTube and a lot of time in the Google search bar just spitting out different questions, trying to resolve whatever issue I was having in that moment, which were all pretty technical. And happily, there was tons of information available for me. So it was beyond helpful. Step-by-step tutorials, full-on articles, how-to pictures and videos. I mean, the information that I found was endless. And it was that information that I think really helped me kind of move forward and find what I needed and realize kind of what mistakes I had made and how I could fix them and how I can avoid them. And so, yeah, I would say creating the WordPress website was pretty tough, but YouTube and Google really saved me there. So just research, honestly. So yeah, outside of that, I guess my least favorite part of the project I could mention was probably scheduling. We were all pretty cooperative as a group, but with COVID, things are a bit tricky, so scheduling was a little intense, but we were able to work it out and get what we needed to get done.
So for us people who like weren't that familiar with the program WordPress, it was kind of a barrier for us to actually utilize the program because it involves some coding knowledge, some programming knowledge. Uh, all of us in our group were just uh, writers. We're not familiar with the technological aspect of publishing. So when it came to doing multimedia stuff, we kind of didn't do as well as we had hoped. For instance, for me, I wanted to make a video for one of my articles about a video game, and I actually wanted to publish it along with my story. That did not go as planned because I couldn't upload the video onto WordPress. I had a difficult time and I could not fix it, and that was something that I couldn't do well. So all in all, this project was very interesting in that kind of had like we kind of had an idea of what we wanted it to be, and I think the end result ended up being a little bit of what we hope it will be, and then also something else entirely. Um, I think uh, in regards of how the website looks, I think the website looked gorgeous and the articles all make sense. But then something that could have been done differently is that we could have actually chosen like a better timeline for publishing the articles, because we kind of just uh, were able to publish everything in like 1 week when it really should have been spread out a little bit more evenly to make it seem like, okay, yeah, we have more content being published per week, and then it'll seem like, okay, we didn't just publish everything at once, we have something new to keep going every single week.